Today we are at the SoCo Soccer Card Expo. Tons of soccer cards, and I even got a great baseball card lot. Check it out.
This is gonna blow your mind,
dude. Like this is a really kind of cool like niche thing. Well, it doesn't feel niche when you're in here though. I don't know why this is only $5.
Smart family.
Pretty cool. Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz to 9.
If you're adopting, just let me know.
Probably buy those. I don't know what I'm doing. But what is this? Futura. So when it comes to soccer cards, I'm no expert. I'm not a novice, but I'm also not an expert. So I'm going to be taking some risks here and there. This stuff primarily is going on live auctions, whether it's on Whatnot or Dibdit cards. So I'm going to go and just find cards that I think, are good values. And typically and you're going to see in this video, it's going to be a lot of like $1, $2 cards. But this box had some $5 and $10 stuff that I took a swing at. I like the number to 10 stuff. This was $10, so this was probably my biggest swing, or one of my bigger swings in the soccer card boxes at this show. I don't know much about the player, but I set it aside, and it was part of the pile that I ended up making a deal on.
He tore it. I was telling you, he tore
$2. So now I'm in the $2 section, a place I'm a little bit more familiar with. I'm going to take a lot more shots in the $2 section. Now, this isn't buying advice. I am putting this stuff primarily through auctions. I feel like there's a good chance I can do well. Some cards I'm going to lose on, I'm sure. Some I will win on. And the goal always with this is to basically win more than you lose so that you come out profitable. And it's all a learning process. I don't know every prospect out there in the world, so I'm learning. And I'm going to see and notice which guys and which women are doing the best card-wise, and I'm going to buy more of that in the future. That being said, even though I'm looking for certain players, I got to pay attention to what's happening. Right now, I'm trying to pay attention to the biggest stars that I can think of. I'd love to find Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, Trinity Rodman when it comes to women's soccer, and just players that have name value. They have the best shot at doing well in auctions with me, in my opinion. So now we're probably in my favorite kind of section outside of like a quarter or a dime box. It's the dollar box, and there's some colorful stuff there. There's a Gavi, 2 Gavis, purple like shimmers. We got Virgil van Dijk coming up here, 2 of them. He plays for Denmark, I believe, for the national team. Going to pick both of those up. We've got a Kai Havertz. Thought about that Gio Reyna, but we got a Kai Havertz that is numbered to 250, kind of like a pink wave. Picking up this Sapphire Florian Wirtz. Now, I'm voicing over a lot right now because there was loud music in the background, so I'll try to leave some of the interaction in where I can, but I have to voice over a bit right now because of the music. So, if my soccer knowledge serves me correctly, Hugo Lloris was the national team goalie for France, I think. This is numbered to 99 out of Topps Finest. For $1, I'm going to throw that in the pile. Giroud, I always say his name wrong, or at least I am right now. He's a Frenchman too. Picking that up, just kind of an interesting looking insert at $1. So I first saw these London calling inserts coming up in a Topps Chrome box I was opening. I thought it was a case hit at the time. They looked awesome. They kind of look like the downtowns, the hometown advantages. Not case hits. They look cool, so I'm going to get them. Here's some more numbered stuff. Let's get it. I think those are both to 250. I ended up getting a lot of these Ethan Nwaneris. At one point I read or saw a video or something where he was one of the chases, or a picture or something. He was one of the chases of the Topps Chrome product, rookie-wise. So I ended up getting a lot of them at $1 a piece. That may be a mistake, but I did it. That's kind of how it is sometimes. That is Ibrahimovic right there. So I'm just picking up stars. I picked up a lot of these rookies of him as well in inserts. And I just ended up with a giant stack at the end of the day of cards. A lot of them numbered, a lot of them, rookies and stars. So we're going to see what kind of deal I can get.
$7? Do you have anything for
Comes out to 93.
Okay. 90? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Next table I went to was one of the best tables I shopped at during the whole National. And I wasn't even at the National. I was at the SoCo show. This was the only primarily baseball card table at this soccer show. There was some tables with some mixed stuff, like mixed sports. a little bit of baseball here and there. But this guy, at least this one part of the table, was primarily baseball cards, and I found some gems. So due to the very loud, like techno, imagine a soccer card show and it's just techno music. It was loud, it was fun, but I had to cut out a lot of this conversation, unfortunately. But I'm going to talk about the cards I got. Brady House to 99 and that Marte on-card auto. Those are the first two I set aside, and there are a lot more to come with some great prices. I'll try to leave in some of the discussion, especially about price, as we go. But this box and the one to the left of it was amazing. So I'm definitely out of the dollar boxes at this point. I'm finding, cards that I know are going to cost more than $1. At this point, I wasn't entirely sure what the prices were going to be, though. Adley Rushman, autograph. This is Panini, so it's unlicensed. They're having a down year, but I still threw it in the pile. He definitely was a big prospect, especially when he came out a couple years ago. The nice thing about Topps is most of their higher end products, everything is game used. A lot of their stuff in general is game used. Not everything, but a lot. So I'm picking up that duel. And this is a Cedric Mullins. Look at the patches on it. Another Panini one, but I'm throwing that in the pile. And Jung Ho Lee, rookie autograph. 3 cards in a row that I'm going to put in the pile and see how I do on them. I'm finding a lot of baseball. I was probably struggling a little bit through soccer, or at least I wasn't as willing to take chances on soccer because I'm just not as knowledgeable. But with baseball, I felt a lot more comfortable. So I'm throwing some bigger cards for me into the pile. And this one that I just dug into on the left had a ton of great names, not like name brands, basically, unlicensed stuff in general, but big name autos at a very, very low price, which was awesome. So this section in this box is what I live for as a bargain boxer. Tons of kind of more obscure stuff. Spencer Swellenbach, that was like a Panini Contenders, like college. There's going to be Team USA. This is the kind of stuff that consistently I'm finding cards that are overlooked. Players that people don't realize are, high-end prospects at this point, or bigger prospects, or already in the MLB. Like in 2024 USA, there's Bryce Eldridge, for example. Jackson Holiday can possibly slip in one of these boxes. Maybe not autos, but maybe. You never know. Pro debut stuff. 2022 Elite Extra Edition has Jacob Mizorowski autos and numbered stuff, as well as Jesus Mate. So look carefully when you're going through these. You might find some great stuff. This last stack is where it paid off for me. Just keeping focused, going through this pro debut stuff. Jet Williams, he's a prospect for the Mets right now. Some USA stuff. Here's some autos coming up. But check this out. It's about to happen. Do you see the Onyx? Well, before the Onyx, we got a Ryan Clifford. He's a Mets guy. Arjun Nimala, bigger prospect, one of the top prospects for the Blue Jays. Noah Schultz, he is a top prospect for Chicago, Blake Mitchell. And there's a Jackson Chourio right there, autograph, and a Travis Bazana Onyx. Number 1 overall pick in 2024. There's Jackson Chourio. Harry Ford, top prospect, one of the top prospects for the Mariners. I found a string of really good cards, and when he told me the price, I could hardly believe it. So I've handed the cards over to him that I'm interested in. He's looking some up, and we're going to start to see what his prices were on them and what kind of deal I ended up making.
This would be 50.
Okay.
Just because of what I'm seeing of the numbered, and then
Is this one numbered?
no, that one's not. But then a non-numbered sold for 70 a few weeks ago.
What are these other ones at?
Noelvi 10, 8,
On the Brady House auto to 99.
15.
On the Adley Panini autograph.
10.
Is this what you're valuing them at, or what you want on them?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is 10. So we're at, let's just do it 10, 6, 60, 50, 60, right?
Yep.
68, let's do math there. 83.
Yep. 93.
93. And then this one, what do you want on this one?
That one I'm having trouble finding. We'll just say 100 for that group.
100 for that group. And then where are we at here?
These ones were $3 a piece. Those were 2. There's another 15 here. So it'll be 129.
29?
Yeah.
115?
15 works.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate
So
it.
sorry if the audio got a little weird there with me going in between voiceover and the actual audio. That was not the perfect setup for like the audio side of me digging because of the background noise. But I don't know if you caught that at the end. $2 a piece on those Onyx limited autos, including the Jackson Churio, and $3 a piece on some of the other ones, including that Travis Bazzana. Some of those have sold recently for a bit more than what I paid, so I was super stoked. I love finding deals like that, and oftentimes I find it with the smaller brands that may or may not be licensed, like some might only be college licensed, like an Onnit, or Onyx typically is unlicensed, I believe. They have licenses with a few different places, I believe. And a lot of times, you know, that's where I find some great deals on up-and-coming prospects, and I can get their autos at a good price and flip them for a profit. At least that's the goal. I did pay up a little bit on some of the bigger autos. That Jung Ho Lee was $50. There was no recent comps, I guess, on that exact one. But based on like what some of them were selling for at that time, which was like a month ago, I felt okay. I would have liked to have paid less. It's debatable if that was a good deal, if I did good on that. Some of the other ones were so-so. Maybe I overpaid a little. Hopefully not. That's not the goal. But you know, it was hard to kind of figure out the comps on some of this stuff. And I'm obviously, as you can tell, much more comfortable in that $3, $4, $1 price range, where I can find some margins a lot easier. So it is a couple days later. I am finishing up the edit on this video, and some of those cards that I bought from the baseball card lot have ended on DC Sports. I didn't send a ton of cards to DC Sports after this trip, not as much as I intended. I did a few at the show. I'm going to continue to do it a lot, but a lot of this stuff, I'm going to, you know, mix it up. Some of it's going to be buy it now for a while. I'm going to try to get, you know, as much as I can out of the cards. Some will go through Whatnot and Dibdit cards, and many already have. And then this little batch went through DC Sports. So first off, the good. The Jackson Churio was a $2 pickup. That one sold for, let me see real quick, it sold for $22.29, and after fees, it was $17.29 that I made. The Travis Bazzana went for $13, I think it was, $13.50, and I made $10.08 after fees. So both pretty good, you know, profit margins on those. A couple of them didn't do as well. The ones that I said just a moment ago that were kind of risky, and, you know, I was feeling that, you know, I probably should have taken those out of the deal. That's my bad, or negotiated harder. But, you know, you take risk. You just kind of go with the flow. And, you know, ultimately I did get $15 off his sticker price as well. So you can factor that in. The Cedric Mullins went for $11.50 after fees, $8.44. The Yordan Alvarez went for $7.26, $4.82 after fees. So that one's not ideal. And then the Jung Ho Lee, and I think these are the only baseball that I sent. The Jung Ho Lee went for $32.26, and I made $26.43 after fees. So those three didn't do so well, and that's the risk that you take when you send stuff into auction, and it's a learning process. But other things were surprising that I didn't show you in this video. I picked up a Rocco Becht in one of those silver packs from Onnit. That sold for $30. That was just part of my purchase for the boxes. So some stuff did really well outside of that. Maybe in the future we could do a breakdown of DC Sports for you, a little bit more like with, you know, professional looking with a screen grab and everything, so we can talk more in depth about it. Let me know if you want that. But I just wanted to give that little rundown. But we're going to go show a little bit more of what I found at the SoCo show. There's a little bit more soccer, actually a lot of soccer. I'm not going to show everything, but I'm going to show a little bit more, some highlights, some stuff that I dug. So I enjoyed this box right here. These blue stickers, $2 a piece. We've got a hyped Trinity Rodman. From Parkside, they do the National Women's Soccer League cards. They also do like IndyCar stuff as well. The yellow stickers are all $1 a piece. There's also stuff up into like the $10 range. I found a couple of autographs I'll show you here in a moment. There's another $2 Trinity Rodman. Gonna pick that up.
Brandy Chastain, what? I want that for $10. I feel like that's worth $10. I don't know what I'm doing though, guys. So, and I love Parkside, but I'm not educated on Parkside, so I probably should be careful. Stick to people I know, which is not a lot. Sophia Smith, Brecken, Michelle Akers. I'm buying. I don't know. I don't really. I just think that's cool. Women's soccer legend Michelle Akers for $5.
Also, everybody, feel free to let me know if I'm overlooking some good cards here. I'm constantly trying to learn here. We all are. There's so much to learn in bargain boxing and sports cards, so let me know.
Dansby Swanson's wife.
So I ended up looking in these boxes for a little bit. I looked through some men's soccer as well, picked up a few cards. I'm going to show you here briefly some of what I got, and then we're going to see what kind of deal I got.
Well, I'm getting a couple $2 cards and mostly dollar cards, I believe. Those are fun boxes. I might come back. We'll see.
10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 17, 26, 36, 41, 30 bucks.
That's a great deal. Thank you so much. I'm excited.
People dig through them.
I love it, man. This is getting me hyped up for soccer now. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It means a ton. I'm going to be doing a couple live auctions this week if you want to join me. Tonight, Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, me and Timmy, Over the Years Sports. You saw him at the start of this video. We're going to be selling cards for 2 hours, 7 to 9 p.m. EST. And then Thursday. Usually I do Friday for whatnot, but this week I am doing Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to go from 8 till we're done. We might be on to 9, 9:30, 10 p.m. I don't know. We're going to be selling a lot of cards, and we'd love to have you there. So come and join us. I have a $15 free credit for Whatnot. If you're new to Whatnot, the link is in the description. And come join us on Dibdit Cards as well. I'd love it. I'm looking forward to doing some more videos. We're going to have another video coming out shortly. Friday was when we usually have my live Whatnot show. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights, which is the first day of the year. It's interesting. The last time I went was the last day of last season, which was like the second day I lived in Florida. So it's all the way. I've almost been here a year. So time flies. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll check you next time.